South Africa is doomed, genuinely doomed, when these are the people we are voting into power. What Fadiel Adams did today at the Madlanga Commission is possibly the worst performance from a member of parliament we have seen this year, or maybe it just tells you everything about who he actually is. Total embarrassment from start to finish. But Adams made one critical error, because what Justice Madlanga did in response left him almost shaking on camera. Pay attention to something specific in the footage coming up, because we are going to compare it later to Adams in an interview he gave immediately afterward. Smash that like button and let us get into it.
I moved the commission. And starting from now and going forward, you should not treat this commission the way you have thus far, because every and anything you've said thus far is just totally unbelievable. I do not believe it. This should mean that you cannot function at Parliament as a parliamentarian. And it also suggests that you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously, if for as long as you suggest is the case, you have been using a laptop that you basically cannot use. You are not taking us as a commission seriously, and I would dare say you are not even taking the people that you are supposed to serve seriously. Starting from now going forward, you must take this commission serious.
We had hoped to be questioning Mr. Adams today, but unfortunately we're going to ask for his questioning to stand down until the 19th. The background to our request is that although we have been requesting a statement from Mr. Adams since the 25th of October last year, it finally arrived after 9 o'clock last night. And I think it's important for the public to understand how the Commission operates, because there's this sort of sense that we all sort of just arrive and we can just start questioning and operating instantly because we can integrate all of the information. We know what we want to ask, we know what we don't want to ask, we know how we're going to ask it. It doesn't work that way. You, Chair, and your co-commissioners have to read a statement, have to prepare before a witness is called, so you understand what the witness is going to say, you understand what issues you have. We have to plan our line of questioning in the line of what the witness says. It's simply not possible to do that when the statement arrives essentially 12 hours before the witness starts testifying. And Mr. Adams is an important witness, and we would not be doing justice to this process if we just kicked off and blundered on the basis of a statement that we received last night after 9 o'clock. So we've spoken with Mr. Adams and his legal team. Mr. Adams is available on the 19th. We now have a statement from Mr. Adams, and we would ask that the matter stand down to the 19th of August.
Also, Mr. Adams is legally represented, you say?
Sorry. Not Mr. Adams' legal representatives. I'm sorry. We've spoken to Mr. Adams himself.
Oh, all right. And you said the statement was sought from him when?
Well, the first Rule 3 went out to him on the 3rd of August. And then there was, 3rd of October last year. And then a response was sought by 25 October last year. There is a long and lengthy correspondence running through from October last year, and then it starts to accelerate through April, May, June, July.
Which was about what?
Which was about getting the statement and getting a response to the Rule 3. Where that correspondence finally ended was that we our last offer was an agreement that the statement could be filed by Thursday last week, which we thought was, we could accommodate Thursday because we could then print on Friday, give the commissioners copies to read over the weekend. And eventually the affidavit came in late last night. I can take the commission through the correspondence. I'm not sure what would be gained by that.
I don't think it's necessary unless Mr. Adams suggests something contrary to what you have said. No, it's not necessary. Perhaps let us hear from Mr. Adams. Is it correct, Mr. Adams, that you received a Rule 3 notice which required of you to file a statement in October of 2025?
Good morning, Commissioners. Parliament can confirm that I have a very problematic laptop, and my laptop was either in for repairs or frozen, and when I became aware of the emails, it was, I really don't want to lie.
You would not have to lie, so you don't even need to.
No, Commissioner, at any rate, I was aware of the Rule 3 a few months ago, but
what's a few months ago?
I think 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when I became aware of it. I had not noticed it in October.
Surely this is something very important. You cannot be as unspecific as you are. When did you first become aware of the Rule 3 notice?
If you're going to ask me for a date right here, Justice, I really wouldn't be able to give you one, but it was a few months ago. But I'm under the impression that I will be getting more questions because people are mentioning me every day, so I was waiting for that. And Honourable Shackleton is 100% right in his assessment. But eventually, I saw that I wasn't going to get a subpoena, and that is why I emailed the Commission.
Is the laptop you are talking about the same laptop you are using for your parliamentary business?
It is.
So are you telling us that you are able to function in Parliament with a laptop that's giving you the problems that you are telling us now?
I am struggling with it.
And how are you able to function at Parliament?
Well, half the times I don't. Half the times I have to walk to people for information or call up for information.
Don't you have IT people who can sort out your laptop?
They do sort it out for me regularly. It works for a few days and then it just kicks in again.
I find that very hard to believe, Mr. Adams.
It can be confirmed by Parliament.
I find that very hard to believe.
I would too.
That from October last year, it's only about 3 months back that you became aware that you got a Rule 3 notice from this commission. I find that very hard to believe. Are you telling us the truth?
100%, Justice.
And is this the case also with everything else you received from Parliament? From
Yes.
October last year until about 3 months ago, you did not receive anything from Parliament?
Justice Madlanga, I never said that. I'm saying that the laptop freezes on a daily basis, and therefore if I may, whenever I take it out my bag, I normally have to go to IT. It will work for a day or two, and it will start again. So
you say you never said what I just suggested to you now. If you did not get the Commission's Rule 3 notice from October until only about 3 months ago, that should be true of communications from Parliament as well. It's on that basis that I've just said what I said to you now.
Yes, Justice, that is what I'm agreeing with you.
So from October, I thought you were saying that's not what you said.
No, sorry. It's not even from October, Justice. It's been for about 18 months that I'm struggling with this device.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about anything else. I'm concerned about October to today. For you to only give to the Commission communication, or rather your statement, which was required from October of last year, for you to only give that statement to the Commission after 9 p.m. last night. And the only excuse you have is that you have difficulties with your laptop. All right, I don't believe that. I find it hard to believe that because otherwise you should not be operational at all as a parliamentarian. Okay, let's move on. Now, about 3 months back, you became aware that a statement was required of you. So according to what you say, which is hard to believe, you have had 3 months and we only get your statement after 9 p.m. last night. What excuse do you have for that?
There is no excuse, Justice, because when I emailed the Commission about 2 weeks ago, I asked for a date. I was given the date of the 11th. I emailed back. I said to them that it is voter registration, 6th, 7th, 8th. I essentially have 5 days to complete this thing. Can I have a slightly later date? The Commission...
Why would you have asked for a date? You would have seen from the communication which you got 3 months back that the statement was required from October last year already. Why would you have asked for a date? 3 months back, you become aware that, oh, for such a long time, a statement was required from me. You still ask for a date instead of saying, wow, I'm very late already, and quickly putting your statement together. Why only a week or a couple of weeks back do you ask for a date only then?
The Commission asked me 3 questions, Judge, and I felt that I could offer much more than 3 questions, which is why I asked for a date. When the date was proposed on the 11th, I emailed back, I said, can I have just a little bit more time? And I was told, no, the 11th is the only available date.
Now guys, before you decide whether Madlanga was too harsh on Fadiel Adams, there is something I want you to see. Because Adams has not always sounded this uncertain. When Fanny Masemola was dragged to court, Adams was outside that courtroom speaking with absolute confidence. He said people had laughed at him, insulted him, and called him mad.
Thanks so much for your time. Talk to us about your interest in this particular case.
Very interested in this case. I've been humiliated, I've been laughed at, I've been insulted when I demanded that the National Commissioner must be charged. People told me I was mad. Today the National Commission is in court 6 months later. But take your mind just a little bit further back. I warned them in that police portfolio, that useless police portfolio. I warned them that very soon the South African Police Services will not have any management left. By my count, we're on about 30 seniors that are appearing before court. And trust me when I tell you, there's dozens more to come. I don't know how the court system is going to cope with this process, and I certainly don't know how the South African Police Service is going to cope without management. But from where we stand, the shenanigans that have been happening within the SAPs, the cover-ups, the murders, the fraud, the theft, the looting, it appears to be coming to an end. The National Commissioner, in our view, should have been arrested months ago until a famous general called a press conference to stop it, to subvert it. Let's see what they do this time. I said it before and I stand by it. The South African Police Services is run by crooks wearing 3 and 4 stars.
So why do you believe that the National Commissioner should be arrested, one, and charged? And what do you believe should happen ultimately down the line? Because he's here on charges related to the Public Finance Management Act, not corruption per se. So what's your take on that, and what do you believe should happen?
I'm keen to hear what the charges are inside. Because I can tell you this, he's the accounting officer of the SAPs. He was warned that Vusikat Matlala was getting this tender. He did nothing. He stood by and watched as the payments were made. He's the accounting officer for the SAPs. He was also the accounting officer at the time when they bought those boutique hotels. I said it then. There's no way that his hands are clean. Now, everything before the court, it's nothing but allegation. A judge will rule, not Fadiel Adams. But I'm telling you today that the South African Police Services is rotten from the head down. We're quick to throw stones at constables. But you know where the looting is happening? Right on top. Now understand that before the court stands a certain General Kumalo. But he's got the nerve to say 90% of Gauteng SAPs is corrupt. Look at the hypocrisy of it all. And this nation swallows it up as they say it. You see, we must never forget, or we must remember rather, that you really can't split Masemola, Mkwanazi and Kumalo. You can't. Forget about it. So I'm very keen to see the KZN Provincial Commissioner here at court today, because he did say to this nation that there can never be peace between a police officer and a criminal.
On which side of that equation are you?
Me, I'm on the side of right. I've been there all along. I've been there when we started this fight. I've been there when we started laying these charges. I've been there when they ridiculed us, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. I come a long way to be here today. I come a long way to be here today, but this is not about me. This is about the children dying on the Cape Flats, while tens and hundreds of millions are being stolen, while people are buying hotels and sports cars. That's what this is about.
So the optics matter, and I look at who you were accompanied by here this morning, and this is a gentleman who accompanied the Deputy Police Commissioner when he appeared before the ad hoc committee. And are we to read anything into that?
Let's just say we started a conversation and I was looking for a lift. I'm not from Pretoria. Like I told you, I come a long way to be here today. I called the man up. I said to him, listen here, I believe...
Which man? Did you call...
I said to him, I believe you have a bulletproof vehicle. Can I get a ride?
What brings you support today?
Well, look, I'm just here to support the state in charging Masimula. We're glad that he's finally been brought to book. We hope that the minister asks him to step down, if not step down, at least be suspended. But the reason why our country is in such a mess is because we have an incompetent and weak leader.